Good morning, everybody. All right, so yesterday's attempt to go higher was rejected. Let's take a closer look. Where, as always, look to the left will reveal where the sellers and the buyers are. There was that little blip there, right into the resistance area, and it went flat for a while, and kind of went down a little violently there toward the end of the day. I guess as buyers realized they weren't going to hold things where they were. So let's see, things are up a little bit and in the middle of nowhere. Don't really give us much advantage one way or another, but we have a rejection of the rally. So a break under that low signals a move lower. Of course, lower to where we've got that little shelf of support you can see on the hourly chart and that green band, those pivot lows right there. But while that might be a momentary stop, 540 or 5,400 on the S&Ps is going to be a level that should hold momentarily. Just checking open interest and volume and those strikes. And expiring today. There isn't a lot, but 54.90. We'll get to the S&Ps. It's probably already below that. It must be. So yeah, we'll see if it holds here. This unfilled gap, you definitely want to have an alert there. We'll see if it holds. The 20 MA is lined up with it. So that should be a relatively strong reference point with the 20 aligned with that little support area right there. So we'll see how that shapes up. Again, things are, you can see, I always look where they are on the daily bar there and the hourly to see where the open is. Is it clearing any resistance? In this case, since it's moving up, which it is not. It's just in the kind of in the middle of that bar there. So as I look at SPX, okay, it's in the middle of that bar there. Figuring where it is relative to the strikes. These are the strikes today that have enough premium to do them. 54.20. Yep, still enough there. As I said yesterday, it's about a 50-50 as to the distance as to where prices are right now. To either one of those, it's not a no-brainer distance away. So I mean, yesterday's numbers weren't touched above the 5,500 as things rallied up there momentarily. So a little premium above that, but 55 wasn't touched. And things, it's not a no-brainer. What else more can I say? I don't think it would go up there today because this correction is underway. It hasn't reached a level of support where the typical buyers would be willing to step in, as things get extended. So again, unfilled gap down there, rising 20 MA, same as SPY, 5,400. I think, coming down there, you can see the bottom of those pivots. I think, once it gets to 5,400, it just things that I think that gap, open gap, is going to be calling for it to tag there. So, as always, we'll play it by ear. Hourly chart still in an uptrend, stalled momentum, inside bar. It's only Tuesday, and we'll see where things go by the end of the week. Industrials was showing some strength yesterday. Let me get rid of these stupid lines that we were talking about yesterday. This still may play out as to some kind of a bearish flag scenario. 50 and 20 converging over here. This is just, I guess if you were to put some kind of value or I don't know, like a point of control or a volume histogram or something, you probably would line up there since these bars are overlapping each other. And you can see it on the hourly chart, how many bars are overlapping. And most of the time, those volume histograms or point of controls or any of those kind of indicators would line up with where you think they would, give or take. So, they moved up into this area. A little bit of rejection, not as much as the S&Ps. I mentioned yesterday that this had the better potential to move up because of the void. You can see on the hourly chart what I was talking about. So as it came up to, not a significant resistance area there, but, backed off. We'll see what that does today. And so other markets, transports, again, laggards. And we discussed this about, the laggards were being bought and that continued. Things that were beaten down and didn't participate, where, the semis and tech getting sold, money moved into what was beaten down. Now it's at resistance, and that got rejected as well yesterday. Topping tail bar. Let's see, IWM, same story, sloppy chart moving up into some congestion, got rejected. See it's down a little bit. Well, maybe it's up a little bit. Just looking at the cursor on the daily chart there, but more to unchanged, but it was kind of flattish and moving down here. Pre-market in SMHs, filling the gap, rising 20 MA. They're up here a little bit. We'll see if they can begin to make a turn in this area. So I suspect what should happen with a chart like this is that dips will get bought. So this is one of the things that we'll want to watch today to see if SMH, NVIDIA's up pre-market here, but whether they'll be buying the dip and maybe we get a bottoming tail bar or a green bar, whatever. The vertical drop is bearish. So we talk about angles of retracement, whereas something like, sideways on a move up is bullish. A bull flag, which is more of a downward drift lower, is bullish. Common sense says when they fall off the roof and drop vertically, it's not bullish. So most times, as things begin to stabilize, unless you get some sideways movement here, most of the time they don't go back up to the high without some backing and filling. But let's first see if we can get a turn here, which is what should happen as prices pull into a support area in a rising MA. Financials showed some strength yesterday. Again, weak sector. Money gravitated into that. It got rejected near the high. We'll see if it holds up here. What does it do today? Home builders doing nothing, and interest rates are relatively low. So you want to have an alert down here. Most of the times that interest rates coming down as they did, these would have been soaring. That's what happened in the past. So the lower interest rates are not helping like they did. Something to take note of. Let's look at those interest rates. They're not really doing much of anything, as you can see, but they're just chopping sideways after the drop. And we spoke about the drop in the middle of the wide range bar. Closings are still at the bottom of that. So bearish, suggesting interest rates should move lower. Let's see if they break here. Bitcoin, up a bit, on major support. I'll say it another time. Look to the left. And so we'll see if this holds up, how far it goes. Again, wide range bar suggesting the end of this grind down as things accelerated to the downside. And we'll see what it does here. This little blip here doesn't really mean too much. We'll see if it can make a turn. We'll take a look at the software. It's at, look to the left. It's right there at resistance. It's getting rejected. Yesterday we mentioned the depth of this retracement is bullish. So it's going to take time to consolidate that gain, absorb this supply, do whatever it's going to do. Let's hope it doesn't fall all the way back. Because if it can go sideways here for a while, it's going to provide us with some nice opportunities for this to go higher. I'm not ready yet. Retailing, again, a lot of nothing yesterday. Um, Nothing. Crude oil, so far holding up. Strong move, took out the highs. This is the kind of price action that we want to see on anything that has a strength move like this. Is that whether it gets to resistance, in this case, took out the resistance, it starts going sideways, and that start lower, and then it recovers. So let's take a look at USO, since it's not 24 hours. And so we see extended so far, red bar ignored, but bullish price action. So far, markets are holding up relatively well in light of that. And you can see currencies are down a little bit, not a bunch. So dollars up a little, just nothingness. So we're primarily looking for intraday setups, and some swings are still in play that look pretty good. Not as good as they were in the past, but we're finding opportunities and seeing how they play out. We'll see what today brings. All yours, Dan.
Mhm. So yeah, yesterday we had a lot of nice bullish exposure, even though the markets were a mess. Day trading diamonds, tried doing a put spread, didn't get filled. Desired credit. Let's see, a couple of alarms here. First, GM, we bought calls and also a put spread. That's fine. We took half of profits into strength. Uber alarm, making the turn here. So when you all hear me all the time in the green room, when things come down hard or in another otherwise ugly fashion, which this was, that was a 180, so it negated that gap breakout. I don't swing the first bounce unless it's just a day trade. But what makes this difference is now we got 7 bars that made the turn. So now it's substantially better than buying over this red bar back here. So, it looks like there's some news on it. So I posted it as a put spread, but we'll watch it intraday for a directional entry. RCL cruise ship. We did a beautiful put spread. We got filled on the pullback, closed half in the strength. And W, we did a put spread that actually got rejected, but our put spread is way down here. So just going to sit through it. UHS I posted. Well, no, my bad. I'm mixing that up with USM. So we're in this already, but looks great. USM, there's a number of these retest patterns. So this is a beautiful one. That's good to go. Now, see, this was a buy setup. It didn't fail per se. Alex, I fixed it. I mean, thank you for telling me, but go look at Telegram. I fixed it. So this did, if you did buy this buy setup, your stop's under here, so you're still in it. But it's better now. It's better now because I got 5 more bars of support, higher low. So that looks great. Let's see what other things I posted. Let me get Delta 20 here. on YouTube asking about Amgen long. It does look higher, but you're getting on board of moving train, both on the daily and 15-minute. But look at the beautiful kind of bull rectangle, bull whatever. So they look higher. It's just a matter of your entry. Um, GPS is another one of these retest patterns. Let's see, this one was a failed buy setup. And we talked about that yesterday also. Watching buy setups on the second go around. So not only is this a second go around, but it's a retest of that second go around. So I'm not going to rush as a directional, but as a put spread over this red bar right here. I like it as a put spread. What else? Aichi gave me NRG. Yeah, that's too sloppy for me for a directional. But over yesterday's high, there's premium way down here at 75. Um, for July expiration, so that's far away. McGraw gave me wheat yesterday, Climo and major support, so that's fine just for a little bounce. Google's on our list, the 1, 2, 3 over this 15-minute pivot. Now we're going to buy a bull call debit spread. There's unfortunately not enough juice for a put spread. A T2 Greg mentioned. It's a little downside shakeout. It's another failed buy setup. You see this? So this buy setup triggered and it failed. That's what I'm saying. It's another good example of this second time around concept. So 100% back to here, 1, 2, 3, and avoid and a buy setup on the weekly. So yeah, that second go around concept is nice. PSX is still good to go over last Thursday's high. Aichi gave me VST. This is a big old W bottom retest. Notice that this pivot low is lower. So that's a downside shakeout. That looks fantastic as a new trade. So see, even though we don't trade the broader markets per se, unless it's a pattern, look how many beautiful patterns we have individually. That's a great setup right there. Aichi, good. And then GME, I found yesterday, under yesterday's low. We can buy puts for next week, just as a, vanilla breakdown trade. And I like puts better just because of the, the mean traders messing around with GME. Don't want to get caught with your pants down on this. All right, let's see earnings here now. There. That's dollar stock gapping down. That's stock's obviously in trouble. EPAC it was a bullish consolidation until today. Now it's gapping way the heck down here. So that's severely damaged. WOR, I don't see any prints. PRGS up a little bit, garbage. FedEx, wow, opening flat. Some people in the green room sold some way out of the money puts on this, which I liked. I posted it in Telegram as an idea. So that's you're gonna have an awesome open profit after 5 minutes when the spreads contract. CCL. Oh, it was down a few pennies pre-market, and now it's ripping here. That should help our RCL. Yeah, look at that. Look how that's helping our RCL. And we made that comment yesterday. We covered half of our put spread, and I said, hey, if we get a positive reaction, that could be the impetus to get us out of the back half. So let me set up alarms on this. Low alarm, that's fine. All right. I was contemplating selling the 15 foots, but wasn't enough juice. It's a chunky bottoming pattern. Where our MT live tomorrow is going to be on bottoming patterns, and I have so many amazing charts to show. You know how to do it properly. So this was a breakout failure. SNX. So yeah, this was earnings. So that's a nasty topping pattern. But the problem is the gap's too big. Now let's say hypothetically the gap just under this base, then I'd say short an intraday bounce. These traders up here, that's called a bull trap. They are traps. All right, there's our week. I have our computer, ABBV. Alex, this is the one I said I was waiting for today. I had zero interest of taking additional exposure. I got an alarm up here, 173.10, I think. There's our T2 BMY is a bottoming pattern. Remember, Alex, on this bottoming tail, you mentioned it. And I said, you know what? This is an intelligent place to anticipate doing a 20, 30% lot. And it's working so far. Southeast got a downgrade. Let's watch a call spread. Said, gee, do y'all remember on this ugly red bar? I'm like, this thing's a breakdown daily, weekly, monthly. And look at these railroad track, 2050. And now it's gapping down another $5. The only news I saw was they're issuing some more debt. So, you know, that tells me they're having financial problems in the sector. You know, a lot of skeletons in the solar and EV sector. So I have that on this middle chart. We'll see if we get a possible gap and snap for a day trade and or put spread. Pool, they, I think, pre-released, gave earnings guidance lower, which makes total sense to me from a fundamental perspective. You know, this was crazy COVID. People buying pools and RVs and furniture and, you know, day trading at home. Now people are watching their pocketbooks, inflation. I'm actually surprised it held up this well the past year with high inflation, actually. So we'll see what it does. All right, GPS, I talked about. This one I like, CHRW, I think got an upgrade. So this is a closing breakout, daily, weekly, downside shakeout, and you got a void. Now you might say, well, no, you don't, Dan. Look over here. I see it. I see it. But this is 100% bullish price action with this 180 reversal. I think this thing can go to 95. So I have that on my other chart. It's gapping up here. Let's watch a pullback. Capri, I think, got an upgrade, but you know, that's a bounce and a junky downtrend, no interest. BLCN, I don't know what's causing that. We'll come back. And man, look at this. I think this might be one of these nuclear energy stocks or whatever that they've been powering because of AI demands. But man, look at this move this thing's made. Wow. Now it's gapping up to 24. That could be a short-term exhaustion gap. Ah, thanks, Alex. Okay, I didn't know that. I had it on my list. But that's because I typed it off your list. Okay. All right. Well, that explains it. All right. Here's another example of the second go around concept. So this buy setup failed. It came a little lower to minor support, and now it's gapping up. The problem is the gap's too big. Let's say it was gapping up right here, 1255. Then I'd say buy 5-minute high. Jets, it's tested this area. Whoever says charts don't work, you know, they just are non-believers. But look, buying, buying, buying. That's demand. That is visually showing you where fundamental and other people are buying. And then you had this bullish consolidation. So I have zero interest in trading this, but the fact that that's bottoming, we could be looking at individual stocks and see if there's a compelling one. I can mention this. It's bullish as can be. Just being so far from the 20, I'd like it to go sideways a little more. Alex mentioned Hershey. This is what we call the something something bar. So this was still very bearish, 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 bearish. 3 topping tails. Looked lower under the lows. And now your something something bar created a beautiful 4 or 5 bar reversal here on major support. So this will be a fantastic put spread if there's any juice. Let me look. Oh, and bottoming patterns, by the way, are phenomenal put spread candidates. Oh, I need to add a slide on that actually. All right, Hershey. Just eyeballing there the 180s for Friday. 20 cents naked. So there's no juice. And even for next week, only 50. So that's the problem. Not enough juice. AXGN, this was on Sam's list. Deep retracement, greater than 100% retracement. But Sam, we should have been in this yesterday, man. It's still a bullish 15, so I like it. But this was a total go yesterday over Friday's high. PSN, swap here. Kex, I have an alarm up here. I like this breakdown failure. It's kind of an inverse head and shoulder. So do you all see how many wonderful setups I've just gone through in the last 15 minutes, even though the market's a mess? All right, let's set that on another computer. Greg mentioned Chewy yesterday. I have it on the other computer. Very possible. Get an entry today, daily, weekly, monthly. I saw in the paper that they're opening up some veterinarian shops. So, I don't know if that's been part of the strength here, whatever. I don't have them dogs. I don't follow it. All right, just sitting back here watching for a few minutes. But there's, a little bit of selling pressure right at the opening bell. All right, Uber is moving up, but I'm not chasing it, but a put spread is fine. Google alarm. So Google alarm. Wait, this might be an early alarm. Hold on. Guggenheimer. Okay, now the real one hit over 180.27. So we're going to buy 180, 185. MMYT. MMYT alarm. This is not bad. Was this you, Aichi? Yeah, it was. There's Aichi 407. So that's not bad at all. 5 minute high maybe. Guggenheimer 180, 185. IWM selling off the most here so far. A Disney up alarm, we're in that from yesterday. Yeah, no, it's posted already. Yeah, it's good to go here. The only thing I don't like is it triggered so quickly. I'd rather trigger after 5 minutes. But it's okay. Um, 88. Yeah, it's pretty impressive. Google's doing this in light of, all the regulatory scrutiny too. No, I don't remember that one. No, but I don't, hold on, I don't remember what day we got in or out. All right, this heat pack bottom right here bouncing a little. No, I wish we were still in it. I think we stopped out break even on this one little bounce, but it still looks good, actually. All right, Disney up alarm, but still slopping around like a dog. Target low alarm, shoot. AD line negative, RCL up alarm, so maybe we're at our target. Ooh. Yeah, RCL, GPS coming in. RCL, the 147, 142. Let's just close it in the strength here. Ah, spread, shoot. Well, it says 9 cents. Closed half at 26. Oh, well, we're close. Yeah, we can. I said bid 6 cents, but it said 8, so I was 2 cents away. Oh, now it's 5. Okay, so we met our 6 cents. All right, cool. Uber canceled? Is there anything wrong with it? All right, yeah, we were trying to do a put spread. All right, wow, that's a bouncing E-pack. It was there on my bottom right. Target. What was our stop? Our stop was 147.98. Shoot, okay, so that's stopped down on the get down. At least a profit. We sold a third in the strength yesterday. Target. Okay. I don't like this reversal down here, so I'm not crazy about it. All right, said G middle chart finally bouncing, but that's you can't trust the daily at all right now. But for a day trade, maybe. Let's see if there's puts way down here. 26s are wow, they're spready. 27 by 45. But they do have strikes all the way down to 25, so I'm not going to do anything yet. All right, Morgan. Yeah. That looks good. Yeah, inverse head and shoulders. What's the XLF doing? That's fine. I just don't like the market iffiness, but all right, let me get rid of EPAC. Yeah, that's a good one. General Motors low alarm, but it's an early alarm. So yeah, Morgan looks really good. What's the cousins doing? JP Morgan, nuts. Goldman looks great. I would love it to close here. And let me check puts on it for Friday. $450s. Man, $450. 56 cents. Yeah, let's do a put spread now. Oh, you know what? I didn't set alarms on those on my other computer. But yeah, Yeah, VST to go, sure. Yeah, because they added these after. So VST, NRG, Carvana up alarm. Oh, all right, I'm just busy here, but yeah, NRG, yeah, looks good. I gave puts, but yeah, VST looks fantastic for directional. Carvana up alarm. Looks great. Let's tighten the stuff. Let's do a day's low.